Hi everybody, it's Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here for a version of my Finally Friday video. Thanks for stopping by. Today I've got a no frills tutorial for you on how to do a kind of like a stair-step box card. It will look like this. So hang on and I'll show you how to make it. Alright, we're going to get started with our no frills tutorial on making this box card. So it looks kind of like this. That looks kind of like that. It does look like that. Stands up. Lays flat for mailing. And I'm not going to show you how to do all this. You can embellish it how you want. But I did have to modify directions that I've seen elsewhere to make this to be able to fit into a standard A2 envelope. So I'll have a few little wonky directions to, or score lines that you'll probably go, oh, Jill, but it makes it easier for the decorating part. And here's another sample of just a way to decorate it. So let's get started. You're going to use a standard piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to use white. You're going to cut it on the 8.5 wide side. Put that at your cutter at 4 1/8. So I don't think it's close enough, but it's two little ticker marks past 4, or like right in the half. It's halfway between 4 1/4 and 4. So we're going to cut that at 4 1/8. You can get 2 cards out of a piece of paper, which is another bonus. And then we are going to cut this at 10 7/8 on the 11-inch side, which is 2 little ticker marks before 11. And yes, this little tiny smidge does matter. It helps keep all of your measurements here on out in a good place. So now we're just going to start our scoring. So you're going to turn it, we could have done that, but we're going to turn it back to the short side, and we're going to score it at 1 3/8, which is 1, 2 little ticker marks past a quarter. Score that, then move it to 2 3/4 and score it again, and then turn it on your long edge, and you're going to score at 5/8, which is just 2 little markers past half. Then you're going to go to 2. And I do have all these directions on my newsletter tutorial file. So if you go to greenthumbstampers.com, you can sign up for my newsletter, and then you'll have access to my tutorials, and this will be in there with written directions. So now you want to go to 3 3/8, 4 3/4, 6 1/8, I can't see my 6. I'm going to go right there. This one might be off. Then you want to go to 7 1/2, 8 7/8, and 10 1/4. And then we're all done with the scoring. And set that aside. I'll pull this up. I'm not sure how good that shows up. But now we want to cut. So we're going to cut out pieces. Let me find a pencil and I will show you. You're going to cut out this, so you got 1, 2, 3 full squares, and then this I'm calling center. So we want to cut out this one and then 3 below it. So you're going to cut here, here, here. You're going to cut out on all these score lines. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do that. Cut these out all the way. This piece is going to completely come out of this. And you'll want to take a little more time than I am. I'm not doing a very good job on my going straight and stuff to try and not make this go too long. But it is important stuff that you want to see. So this will come completely out of this card. Then you're going to come back at the top and you're going, this is going to make your flap. So you're going to trim that one in and that one in. Turn it around and do the same thing. You're going to cut this piece free because this is going to be your flap, and you're going to cut this piece free, which is also going to make a flap. And these are your flaps right here. All right, so now we have our card. So where this flap and this flap, this is your centerpiece. So go ahead and kind of just fold it right there. So now you're going to take, you can use this piece if you want, even though it has the little score lines in it, or you can get a brand new piece. I'm going to use this just because I have it handy. You want a piece of this at about 1 1/8 to 1 1/4 inches, or my instructions say 1 inch, so I will just do 1 inch because that's what my tutorial instructions tell you to do. So let's get this trimmed down to 1 inch, and you want it 4 1/8 inches wide. And this is what's going to hold the card shut at the bottom. So go ahead, I'm going to flip it over because this piece is longer. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put some adhesive on this piece, and I'm going to glue that right to it. All right, now you can glue it on the other side if you wanted, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to crease on that fold, and I'm going to glue this piece down. Now you see there's a little gap there. If you bring it all the way together and glue it together, when you lay the card down, it's not going to be flat. So my suggestion is lay it flat onto that piece. So just kind of figure out how much area you need to put your glue on. Liquid glue works good here because you've got more control over how wide it is. I'm just going to put a little of this on there and close it down. Burnish that. You could burnish all these folds if you wanted to ahead of time, but these the ones on the back aren't ever gonna really fold again, so I wouldn't suggest folding any more than you need. So you'll need your flaps. I'm going to tell you, this is my front. I'm going to fold these flaps backwards, and then these flaps will come forward like this. All right, then I'm going to lay it flat again and tuck those in a little bit, And then I'm going to glue the backs of these two flaps. Actually, you don't need to tuck those under, sorry. And then lay these down. My idea is to keep all of the seams to the back of the card, which is here, so that when it stands up, the seam is in the back and you won't see it. If you have it like this, when you're finished, these little seam areas will be on the front if you folded them the other way. So I like the smooth edge, rounded, going to the back. So that's basically your whole card layout and how to put it together in your little no frills tutorial. From here, I'm going to quick show you that you need, if you're going to decorate it like I did, I used strips. One here, and then these little pieces. You can do all of these separately if you wanted to as well, if you were doing like a baby card with little blocks or something, or you wanted just a different way of decorating. These are 1 1/4 inch. So what I've done is I've cut 4 at 1 1/4 inch squares. That would go here. I'm not gluing them on because this box is just a randomly cut. It's not very nicely shaped, so I don't want to waste my paper efforts on this box. But you're going to put 3 of them along here on the top of your steps, like that. The 4th one goes here on the front. Then this piece is 1 1/4 inch by 4 inches. And then this piece is 2 5/8 inch long. And again, 1 1/4 inches wide. So you put those 3 on there and you are good to go. You got 3 across the top, and then you're good to go to decorate it however you so choose. And on this card, I added a piece to the back of it to put the sentiment on. But this one I did not. I just put the little hello on the front and nothing on the back. But it makes a lot of sense to put something on the back if you wanted to write. You know, then you could just fold it up and write on it. So there you go, everybody. All right, everybody, I hope I broke that down into easy enough measurements and such to understand. My newsletter will have the written instructions for that. So again, greenthumbstampers.com will take you to my blog page where you can find a couple different variations of access to signing up for the newsletter. There's a tab on there, or if you're on your computer, it's just on the upper right of the sidebar to sign up there. So I hope that you give it a try. If you do, please post it on the Creativity in Bloom Facebook page. And I'll be back again next week. Till then, you guys have a great weekend and take care. Bye-bye.